So you're, without consent, recording yourself having sex with this girl. And this is solid evidence that Greg has done it. So Greg Paul's finally responded. First of all, he's done this Instagram video. Typical Greg Paul style, you know, holding a creepy sign up at the start. Let's just see what he's got to say here.
Yo, folks, what's happening? GP coming at you.
I feel like GP coming at you.
You ready to come again?
Is now quite the tainted phrase.
Must cover a lot of stuff really fast. First thing I want to address is that the haters and the hackers spreading rumors that I've been with underage women. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's never happened. It's 100% not true. There's no supporting evidence, and there never will be. The reason there never will be is because it's never happened. If anybody even tries to say anything to that effect in any way, shape, or form, they're just doing it for views like they are right now. The other thing is, for you haters, how bad does your life suck? How bad does your life suck? You wake up and you want to throw shade and hate on people you've never met, who've never done anything to you. But anyways, you gave out my phone number thinking it was going to bother me. I got calls from hundreds of people from around the world giving me love and support. The other thing is, you guys need to know, the hackers tried to get me to buy my shit back. If you think I'm going to buy something back that somebody stole from me, you're freaking stupid. It'll never fucking happen. I won't be strong-armed, and I told them that. I'm going to continue to stand up for fighting against bullying, giving love and giving support and spreading goodness. GP's out.
Greg released this Instagram video first. This is the first response from him. Basically saying everything the hackers are saying is bullshit, that he has never slept with an underage girl, that nothing that they've said is true, and that the hackers have actually tried to make him buy his account back. The response doesn't end there. We have an article from The Blast, who got an exclusive interview with Greg.
You ready to come again?
Shout out to my boy Josh, who works at the Drama News team. Go hit his Twitter up. He also tipped me on his story about the news article that Greg has responded. Greg, if you're watching as well, you'll feel free to hit me up. Come on for an interview. I don't bite. Logan Paul's dad refuses to give in to hackers' demands. I have nothing to hide. Greg Paul, the father of YouTube stars Logan and Jake, is being harassed by hackers and is adamant he will not cave to the demand of the cyber bullies. Greg Paul tells The Blast that he was instantly contacted by a handful of people claiming responsibility for the cybercrime. Inevitably, someone came forward with evidence of having access to Greg's email account. The two connected and spoke over the phone. So the hackers were telling the truth when they said they did talk on the phone with Greg.
He is currently J. Paul's manager. He spoke to us on the phone mentioning that he took over management a couple months ago. Apparently the previous managers were dumping money into like different expenses that weren't particularly needed.
Okay.
But the thing is, he when he came to the team, like he was explaining all this to us on the phone for some reason. He said that he got rid of Nick.
Now this is Greg speaking. They kept sending me texts saying, I won't win with them. We'll expose you, Greg says. Adding that he refused and blatantly told them, I don't give a shit because there is nothing there. He claims they then threatened to release a video unless he transferred $3 grand into a bank account within 30 minutes. A half hour later, a brief and indistinguishable video purportedly showing Paul in a sex act with an unidentified person, as well as explicit photos of a woman, were tweeted from the account claiming responsibility. While we're on this topic, it 100% is now Greg. We can completely confirm it. If you look at one of his Instagram posts, you can see the headboards. There's a pattern on the headboards, like this pattern no one else probably would have on his actual headboard. If you look at the sex tape, which I'm trying to not show as much, you can see that exact pattern right there on the headboard. And we knew it was Greg Paul already. This is no revelation, but yeah, 100% is Greg. Like, let's not get it twisted, guys. Greg Paul maintains he has absolutely nothing to hide, which is why he will not cave to the hackers' demands. The youngest woman I've ever been with since my divorce was 33, he tells The Blast. I do not know who the woman they posted photos of is, but I know there is no evidence of me doing anything with anyone underage because I would never do that. They are threatening to expose more stuff and I'm honestly not worried about it. I'm not going to let them have power or control over me. I'm not going to give them anything because I have nothing to hide. He promised. As far as involving authorities, Greg believes filing a police report is not worth the effort, as it will be difficult for authorities to track them down. Shockingly, Greg says the hack hasn't been an entirely negative experience, nor one that would discourage him from speaking out against cyberbullying, adding that after his phone number got leaked, he got flooded with an influx of phone calls that he says were surprisingly positive. Well, I find that hard to believe. Alright, well this article sure does tell us some things. I'm gonna quickly, before we release this video, I'm gonna get everything we can just so, you know, we don't have to release any more Greg Paul videos, so we can have everything at once. I'm going to hit up the hackers and get them to send me any rebuttal to this article or his Instagram post to see what they have to say about the article. Do you guys have anything to say about the Greg Paul response? Alright. So the hackers have just given their response to Greg Paul's article. This is what they said. Hi, this is an official statement from Digital Gangsters. There are a few things I would like to address about the interview Greg had with TheBlast.com. Firstly, I'd like to address the fact that Greg said, I don't give a shit because there's nothing there. Greg knows that no matter what, we will not release the raw images of alleged children. Why would we be so sick to release the indecent images of children? Don't be so stupid. He knows we will never release the images of underage females we found in the emails for a very blatant reason, which personally I believe were quite blatantly underage. Also, don't you think it's funny that Greg had an interview and denied absolutely everything we accused him of except the sex tape? Now here's where Greg fucked up. All our members live in the UK. On the Blast.com article, Greg claimed the following statement. He claims they then threatened to release a video unless he transferred $3,000 into a bank account within 30 minutes. And also, this proves that Greg was obviously questioned about the sex tape that was released and didn't give any statement about it. Why? Because the sex tape is real. Anybody that still refuses to believe that it isn't. But, back to my first point, as I'm sure everybody knows, you can't make a bank transfer from a United States bank account to a United Kingdom bank account. As well as that, all of our members under the age of 18, not that it matters, we would never be so stupid to ask for bank transfer as a method of payment, so there's one Greg Paul lie proven. Why would he not lie again? As far as involving authorities, Greg believes filing a police report is simply not worth the effort, as it will be difficult for authorities to track them down. Hey, actually, I can think of a million ways to track us down. Greg isn't opening a police report simply because he knows everything we have released is real material. I'm sure anybody with the slightest clue about cyber forensics would understand how easy it would be to get a hold of who we are. As for Greg calling us cyberbullies, for the correct definition of bullying, a person who uses strength or influence to harm or intimidate those who are weaker. Hey Greg, isn't that you? DMing 16-year-old fans asking them to fly out to Team 10 house or the rape shelter. Sure, go ahead and accuse us of bullying to try and play the victim card. This is exactly what it is, Greg. You're playing a victim card and anybody with common sense can see that. But hey, Greg, isn't it a bit pathetic you're accusing a bunch of 15 to 17-year-old males of bullying you? Laughing. This statement from Digital Gangsters is from Fentanyl, at Release, and at Prosthetic. Now, I will say this. What interests me the most about this statement is the fact that Greg Paul doesn't go to the police. I didn't really take much from that, but now I'm thinking about it. Greg Paul deciding not to go to the police because it might be a waste of time. Yeah, but why wouldn't you go to the police if someone's hacked your shit and threatened to extort you? Like they've said, there's plenty of ways that people could find them if they really wanted to, I think. So maybe they do still have something that Greg Paul is shitting himself about because he doesn't want to go to the police with. I mean, they're still claiming they have underage girls' photos which are not releasing. Obviously, don't release them photos. However, they need to do something about it if they genuinely believe and have real proof that Greg Paul is, you know, what they are accusing him of being, has underage girls' photos in his emails, which would be child porn, then yes, they definitely need to follow that up and give that to the authorities, the FBI. Now, there's one thing that I'm really creeped out by Greg. There's one thing that really fucking creeps me out right now. This got brought to my attention by a few viewers who DM'd me on Instagram. It's about Greg's sex tape. Now, I didn't catch this the first time, but if you listen closely, the girl he's with does not know she's being recorded by Greg.
You got the camera?
No.
So from what I can make out, you hear the girl say, do you have the camera on? And he says, no. So you're, without consent, recording yourself having sex with this girl. It doesn't take a genius to know, but that is criminal. You cannot be recording someone secretly while having sex with them. For example, I'm on this Forbes article now. Non-consensual taping of sex partners is a crime.
You got the camera?
No.
This guy was convicted under New York's unlawful surveillance statute called Stephanie's Law, which makes it illegal to use a device to secretly record or broadcast a person undressing or having sex when that person has a reasonable expectation of privacy. Now, this is in New York. However, I'm not sure what state Greg is in or what the law is there, but I'm pretty sure that shit is illegal. And this is solid evidence that Greg has done it. There's a massive sex tape now leaked of this girl. Her face is now being plastered everywhere. I haven't shown her face. I don't think she deserves to be involved in it all, honestly. Her face is like on all of Twitter. A lot of people know who she is. All because creepy Greg, creepy fuck Greg, decided he wanted to record it, which is criminal. You can't be doing that shit, you creepy old man. I know getting a bit of young muff is exciting for you, mate, but you can't be secretly recording people. That makes me feel ill. Like, imagine that. Anyway, that is it for the part 3 on Greg Paul. Hopefully the last part, you know, if anything else happens, obviously I'll keep you guys updated, but it does seem that Greg is denying everything outright. Digital Gangsters have rebutted back saying that he's bullshitting. I will say this though, even before these allegations, the filming, the creepy filming of having sex and not letting a partner know that you're filming them is fucked up. Like, Greg, you can respond to all that shit all you want. Respond to that. Respond to why you were filming someone without their permission. Like I said, Greg, you can come on for an interview. If you guys want to tweet or Instagram Greg telling him to come on my show for an interview, let's do it. Let's get Greg on here. I'm down to have him on. If you want someone to defend yourself in more detail, then you got to come here. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're new. Like the video if you've enjoyed, and if you think Greg Paul was creepy as shit for recording when he shouldn't have been. Thank you for watching. Until next time, fuck off.